Okay, anyway. We'll just give him some time and hope it works out. But I don't know what to press. Serious note. Seek out precious knowledge where others blindly pass it. But we use those. Turn the star to nothing and behold a star in the darkness, but a different one. I don't get it.
Let's see what we can do.
Especially because, like, I can press the first 4 once. And that doesn't seem to help. Ah, so she finally succeeded. Anyway, let's leave.
Here we go.
And if you know the solution, feel free to let me know. Okay. And we now can take the long way home. And yeah, I think we are slowly but surely nearing the end of chapter 3. I mean, there are quite a lot of done quests. That's a Nidra. It's possible that someone who knows the habits of Baphomet cultists. Who knows the habits of Baphomet cultists? I have to locate the Midnight Fane. Oh, so many quests, so little time. Such a long way. I think they are not continuing to walk while we look at the journal. Yeah, I think it might be interesting to just explore a bit more of Golarion, or Mendiv. Why are you not moving? Something happening to them? Ah. I think they triggered some kind of trap or something. Ah, maybe that's why they sit still. Even though I would be still confused, why would they now see another trap? I don't get it. But there definitely is. I think you could get behind this wall. Weird. I hope we can leave the map without bismuth. We'll see. We'll try out. Yeah, then the question is, where to next? Come on, Ibu. Yeah, doesn't seem to be anything more of interest. The Divine, also no more codes, so let's leave. Now we have to make the long way back to Dresden, but before traveling, I think we should just take another long rest. Just looking at us, bloodied. And let's hope we can succeed with the protective rituals. Could it be that you're not a demon at all, but a foundling? You really don't act like others of your kind. Unfortunately, I'm more like them than you think. I can never forget who I am. Why did the dinosaur die? Again. Through resting. And now he stands up like, I don't know. I won't question it anymore. Video game logic. Yeah. Right. So let's crusade a bit. Oh, we actually get to fight again. Some demons who are not cowards and running away at our side. Okay, maybe they should have fleed anyway. That was easy. If just the fireball is enough, please flee. For all of our sakes. Another fight. Another well-placed fireball. I mean, that's... Fire dragons. Or drakes. Come hither. Well, I wonder why it took 5 crusades if it's that easy. Okay, the thing is where to go next. We could try to destroy that 4. We'll see. Guess makeshift lab is just something to loot. Oh, another random encounter. See how random it is. Fawn Autumn Haze. Is that the one we saw? Yeah, it's the one we saw back in the Defender's Heart. Back in Kenabres, who was trying to fight and kill the Drow. Before you, exhausted and seated on the ground, is none other than Fawn. He looks up at you in surprise. Commander? I wasn't expecting to see you here. It appears my luck hasn't run out just yet. May I ask for your help? You notice a sizable amount of blood pooled by his legs. A belt is tied around one leg below the knee. That doesn't appear to have stopped the bleeding. Sosiel rolls up his sleeves. Talking can wait. We need to help the wounded first. I can take care of him. And to begin, we survey the area. Fawn's strength has failed him at the worst possible time. He has stopped to rest in the middle of an open area where a deadly arrow may come flying from any direction. And anyone approaching him to help would likewise be in danger. Let's assess Fawn's wound. Fawn has lost a lot of blood. Judging by the pool around his boot, he should have collapsed into unconsciousness long ago. He must be a truly resilient fighter. So much blood. He should have lost all strength and collapsed by now. How odd. Is he really that strong? It seems kinda like a trap. What exactly are you doing here? I was tracking Kaylessa and found her lair not far from here. Again we fought, and again she was able to wound me. She's following my trail here as we speak. You know, I find this all very suspicious. I mean, even before, you didn't seem like the very trustworthy sort. He can't be trusted. An elf seems to have appeared out of thin air. She shoots Fawn a hateful glare. This is a trap. Fawn is an assassin of the Winter Council, and he's come here to kill you. What's the Winter Council? Grabbing his weapon, Fawn shouts out forcefully. Watch out, she's stronger and deadlier than she looks. Slay her before she kills us both. A trap? What are you talking about? His wound is just for show. He's unarmed and full of strength. His goal is to lure you in his cronies and attack you. I bet they're hiding nearby, waiting for the right moment. Kaylessa surveys the seemingly barren landscape suspiciously. Fawn chuckles coldly. An ambush? Who's lying to us? Her or our own eyes? Why exactly would Fawn want to kill me? Which is a very good question, because I mean, like, I don't know what the Winter Council is. He's a cold-blooded assassin sent by the Winter Council. That cabal of scumbags dispatches him whenever it needs an inconvenient truth covered up. And as for anyone unlucky enough to learn such truths that might sully our people's good name, well, he washes it all away with their blood. One gives you a serious look and says, enunciating every word. My kin, whom will you believe? Me, a Dark Hunter, or this Drow? Why exactly did you decide to intervene? You spared me. Let's say I'm repaying my debt. She gives you a stony look. Or do you think that since I'm a Drow, I don't know the meaning of honor? I think we have to make a decision. But I mean, so far, I mean, he lied to us regarding her nature, and he seemed to be very racist toward Drow. I would go with her. Especially because with everything we looked around now, it really doesn't seem to end up. Like, especially if you're wounded, you would just go to the tree and rest there or something, but not like in the middle of an open place. I believe Kaylessa. Fawn, your deception ends here. I think it was the right decision. Fawn rises to his feet. His movements make it obvious that his injured leg was nothing more than a ruse. This is a shame. If you had just believed me, this would have been over more quickly and less painfully. It's unlikely that my associates will grant you an easy death now. Not hiding his contempt, Fawn nods in the direction of the dark elves that have appeared out of the shadows. Also interesting that they seem to be also Drow. My kin, if I could explain the truth to you, even you would see that your death is necessary. Alas, I do not have the right to do that. Please, just believe me and accept your death with an easy heart. Sure, if you put it like that, without any explanation, guess I'll die. Have you gone mad? I was tasked with keeping the secrets Kaylessa discovered from getting out. Knowing your reputation, I was certain that you would otherwise have unearthed them in short order. Therefore, I had no choice but to do this. No one is to blame for this, it's just the way things turn out. Who do you really serve? Who's the Winter Council? Fawn's voice is full of pride. I serve my people and no one else. Being an elf is not just a privilege, it's an obligation that I bear with honor, no matter how heavily it may weigh on me at times. That doesn't explain anything so far. With a grave expression, he adds quietly, I believe you can relate, my kin. Other races are unfamiliar with this feeling of duty to one's own kind, but you and I, we understand all too well. I don't get a thing. Kaylessa's words are cold and biting. Liar! You serve a pack of unscrupulous scumbags, a clique of self-righteous schemers. In order to protect their lies, you murder the innocent. And then you hide behind your words like duty. Yeah, I mean, he really didn't say anything of value besides honor and kinship and things. I don't want to say the second thing. Why exactly did you ask for my help in your hunt for Kaylessa? I would have preferred not to have involved you in this matter and to put her to death myself. Then I wouldn't have to kill you as well. Fawn sighs quietly. But after my first clash with Kaylessa, I realized I didn't have the strength. Thus, I decided to use you instead, and I provided some motivation. I set up the skirmishes with the Drow so that my words would seem more plausible. I regret that I had to stoop to such baseness, but even more, I regret that it was unsuccessful. Wow. No way we can talk with this out? To prevent some unnecessary bloodshed? Shaking his head sadly, one says in a quiet voice, I'm afraid not, Commander. We can't. I mean, I still don't really get what his problem is. We don't know the secrets he's talking about. And I mean, kinda deranged that he wants to kill the head of a crusade trying to rid this land of the demons for some secrets of elves. Especially with me being an elf too. Then I guess you pay for your deception, elf. One addresses you in a calm, somewhat sorrowful manner. I'm sorry for having to do this. Believe me, I take no pleasure in carrying out this order. But circumstances are stronger than our desires. Oh. Very easy to just hide between orders and tradition to do things and not really taking any responsibility for what you do. I'm missing my fireball.
Make every strike count.
I have to take care of Kaylessa, and everyone wants to attack her. Great.
Is this a mock fight?
Why doesn't the music work? I don't know, somehow the game gets buggier every session I play. She dead? Is that her? I hope not. Ivu? Sosiel? I'm afraid one of them is her. Oh, that got all the music. Now it works. Confused.
Damn you!
Even in the face of death, one maintains his melancholic tranquility. I knew I would die like this, on the edge of the world, defending the threads of nobility that weave my race into a single glorious nation. Well, at least I do not die in vain. Whose orders are you following? You just smile sadly. You think that since I'm at death's door, I will reveal the secrets of my superiors? You're mistaken. I, and others like me, know how to make our hearts stop beating before any treacherous word can spill from our mouths. I will remain loyal until the end. And you're not ashamed of what you did? After giving you a long look, Thorn says, you, most of all, should understand, my kin. Duty to our kind is above honor. Rest in peace. Thorn closes his eyes, and a quiet, peaceful breath escapes his lips. His chest stops heaving, and the fingers he had wrapped around his weapon go limp. There's a deep bitterness in Kaylessa's voice. He even managed to die gracefully, despite being a complete scoundrel. Can I finally get an explanation as to what just happened? Thorn wasn't a Dark Hunter, he was just a hunter. He served the Winter Council, a powerful elven organization. It wants me dead because I've learned of a very dark secret. That's why they sent Thorn to kill me, and everyone I could potentially have told about it. Meaning you, soldier. Then tell me about yourself. The whole truth. With a weary sigh, she says in a hollow voice, I was born in Kyonin, in the blessed forests of the elves. I was different back then, pure and noble. But no matter how beautiful and fair Kyonin was, it had its share of injustice, cruelty and crimes committed with impunity. And I never could stand crimes going unpunished. I joined the Sunset Wasps, a secret sect of vigilance dedicated to Calistria. By night, we would bring justice to those whom the law had failed to punish. Liars, traitors, molesters, murderers. But the further we went, the more our doubts grew. We asked ourselves, how reliable was the information we were getting? Could there have been any mistakes? Alas, it was too late. The whole time we were puppets in the hands of a priestess of Deskari by the name of Aasimar. That name seems very familiar, but I'm not sure if I'm just confusing it with another name. That monster had been toying with us, using us to kill innocents. The wasp was revealed to be a locust. We were unmasked as criminals, outcasts. We were wanted and had nowhere to turn. The only option was to bend the knee to Aasimar, who promised us protection. I was the only one who refused, but was captured and taken by force. Then under Aasimar's watchful eye, our apprenticeship began. I think Thorn said something about them being Aasimar's disciples. We did dark, horrible things, bathing in violence and spite, myself included. I did them, too. At first I was controlled by magic, and then they broke me. and the dark fate, the curse of our people, took us one by one, until finally it embraced me as well. When I saw the monster I had become, I mustered what remained of my will and fled. I wanted to tell everyone the truth, tell them how we were caught in the demon's trap, let the world know about the dark fate. The enormous hunters, my former comrades, they came for me, and they weren't the only ones, as it turned out. Is there anything more you can tell me about Enamora? She's a true Drow, one who was never a more normal elf. And even among Drow, she's a dangerous monster, the deadliest of Deskari's servants. Fear her. Her flesh nurses swarms of terrifying creatures, and her mind learned the danger of her guile firsthand. Does that mean normal elves get corrupted into Drow in Pathfinder? I actually don't know. I just know the D&D lore of a Drow. That sounds very interesting. What exactly is the Dark Fate? It's been assumed since time immemorial that the Drow are either a degenerate branch of our kind or an abhorrent perversion, a mockery fostered by the Dark Gods. But the truth is that the chasm between the elves and the Drow is much smaller than one might think. Any elf can become Drow. Absolutely anyone. Whenever an elf commits unthinkable evil, letting darkness into their heart, they may one day transform. The Dark Fate is a state of the soul of an unrepentant malefactor who detects the light. An elf like this is no different from a Drow, both in appearance and in spirit, and thus they become a Drow. Kaylessa smiles mirthlessly. Face shows the immense fatigue of the months of wandering, fighting for survival. Such cruel irony. The elves were trying so desperately to convince everyone that they have nothing to do with the Drow, the most vile, horrid race in the world. And it turns out that the distance between a normal elf and a Drow is but a single step. That's very interesting. It's mainly a transformation and not an own heritage to be a Drow. And it also explains why Drow are so hated in this world. But I mean, especially she seems to be kind of redeemed or on a path of redemption, and that doesn't seem to return you to your non-Drow appearance. The Winter Council. What sort of organization is that? The Winter Council is a legend, but few doubt its existence. It's said to be a clique of influential elves of Kyonin, a mysterious group that watches over the interests of elven kind, protecting them by any means necessary. Murder, espionage, blackmail. No tool is excessive for them if the reputation and honor of the elven nation are at stake. When I decide to tell the world the truth about the Dark Fate, the bane of our kind, I signed my own death warrant in the eyes of the Winter Council. They don't want elves to be tarnished by their association with the ignoble Drow. They're too scared of being held responsible for the crimes of their dark cousins. It's better to hide this dangerous truth and destroy everyone who knows it. Great. I mean, wouldn't that mainly harm the Drow if that came out? Because I mean, then you would know that every Drow at one point committed some unspeakable evil. But why would it be that dangerous for the elves? Could be that people would also start to mistrust them more. Is that? Seems mainly up for the Drow, but maybe they are already so tarnished that it doesn't matter. I see. So, what now? Now I ask one last favor of you. Still have friends left in Kyonin, real friends, ones I can trust. Send a letter to Evanera, the leader of the border defenders. Recount my tragic tale so it doesn't die as the Winter Council wants to, since I won't have the chance to speak this truth myself. Why that? Because you will have to end my life now, soldier. She looks at you calmly, warily. There's neither threat nor fear in her words. Be a plea for an acceptance of the inevitable. But why? Why do you seek death? The Dark Fate is claiming me. I can feel the malevolence and the hatred in my heart growing fiercer with each day that passes. The memories of crimes I was forced to commit are clouding the world before me. I refuse to tread this path any further, to turn into a monster. If you have any mercy, I beg of you, kill me and end my torment. Maybe my mythic powers can return you to the path of light. Your curse can't be irreversible. Deep-sated fear appears on Kaylessa's face. No more. I've already been changed once, and I won't let anyone do it to me again. Even if you want to save me, know that I would sooner slit my own throat and allow my soul to be reshapen once more. You can't give up. Don't listen to her, Logan Aldori. Even when the wounded beg for death, Seelah must keep fighting for every life. I've endured enough fighting, Cleric. Thank you for your heartfelt words, but this case is incurable. Pray for me and let me go to Pharasma in peace. But what if you can still be saved? If there's a dark fate, there might be a light fate. Maybe good deeds could heal you. With a bitter smile, Kaylessa shakes her head. A light fate? Wouldn't that be nice? But no. No such blessing exists. The road into darkness goes only one way, and I've almost reached its end. The dark impulses of my heart have been growing stronger by the day. It's been getting harder and harder to remain myself, to resist urges. I spent all my strength. When I saw Fawn dying, I almost howled in delight. I wanted to dig my nails into his face, gouge out his eyes, mangle him, and rejoice. It's not me anymore. It's the beast I've been turned into, and it will break free very soon. These are the last minutes of the old Kaylessa's life. Please, don't delay and spare me the fate of becoming a monster. Is this a curse that damning you truly stronger than a passionate heart? Stronger than a pure soul? Even as a drow, you will retain your memory, your personality. You could still do some good and struggle against the call of evil as before. Just wanted to say, I think Aru is like the living and best example that you can try to fight your nature. Besides, I don't think I would condemn and say that a whole race can be truly and uniformly evil. Kaylessa covers her eyes worrily. I understand why you'd want to believe that so badly. You're afraid that you might be damned too. I don't know, maybe you will ascend from the darkness, but that path is close to me now. I'm exhausted. I can't fight any longer. I won't do it. I won't kill you. I still hope you can turn for the better. I never said you had a choice. Goodbye, soldier.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
I wish there was an option to just knock enemies prone and not kill them. Like there's in Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, I think that's it.
Let's see what we can do.
What a sad ending. Also to just resign so much. Just... Wish there was a way to save her. I mean, especially if the alternative is to kill her. It's sad that you can't just pause your mythic powers and try it at least. I think it would be better than killing her.